What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're hopping into Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, issue number 5, and the final issue of this little Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion mini-series, where we get to see Miles Morales making his way to the Maker's new universe. He meets the Ultimates, but he only did this to rescue his baby sister, and there's some great and revealing things in this comic, but make sure you stick around to the end because I actually do want to talk about how I think they ended this on a kind of crappy note. Now, our story starts us off in Latveria. We have Emmanuel da Costa that looks like an absolute savage, like super soldier on steroids. And we see Spider-Man, he's dodging it. He's moving around. But to understand how we got here, we gotta back up just a little bit. We saw Da Costa teleport out of here. When he teleported, Magic, she opened up a portal. Da Costa thought he might have been able to get away. He brought baby Billy straight to the dome. He thought that maybe this was gonna open the dome up, bring the Maker out, and he would be in the Maker's favor. He just being one giant kiss ass at the end of the day. But when Magic opens up that portal, Miles doesn't hesitate. He jumps right in with Magic. And confronting Da Costa, this is where he just goes straight crazy. More than just one stolen mutant ability. He's collected superhero catalysts from all kinds of the Maker's private collection. So we see him just grow in size. He turns into a monster. And we see all these little things attached to his body. Magic doesn't hesitate. She lifts up her soul sword and she charges in. Grabbing up Magic and using his power, he's able to peer into her mind. He puts her down and then he grabs Miles, burns his mask away, slams him into the ground, and then Da Costa peers into the mind. He goes in to see what the dimensional traveler might be holding in his mind, what secrets are lying in wait. But he doesn't find a forgotten world. He finds a broken one. This is where we see Miles in the chaos, the fiery destruction of what was his world. Trapped in this, believing that Da Costa has him. This is where he hears his baby sister say her first words, and it is Miles. She screams her brother's name, and it breaks him right out of it. His suit comes full forth. We see him charge up, and he knocks Da Costa right in the jaw, uppercutting him with that full electrical punch. At the same time, we have the arrival of the Ultimates. Captain America and the team, they come in and they're ready to put Da Costa down. While they charge in, Miles gets hit. He gets thrown through a wall, and it gives him a good ring. But where he finds himself, it looks so familiar. He finds a pod. Inside has a little vial, and that vial has a spider. When he touches it, there is a huge surge of energy. And in that moment, Miles remembers everything. He remembers the bite. He remembers the mask, the power, the responsibility. He remembers the fear, the loss, the offer. He remembers the Maker. He remembers all of it. Now, this is where Iron Man comes in and he sees that the catalyst, the super heroic catalyst, there's many of them missing. This is where Da Costa got his powers from. Superheroes that should have been but never were. He took their powers, the catalyst that Iron Man had been using to create new heroes. Da Costa took them for himself. He did this to build really knockoff origin boxes. And the ones that are left over, they're really unstable. We're talking about world ender catalysts here. They're simply not able to be destroyed. So they're trying to figure out what to do, and Miles raises his hand. He's like, hey guys, like I can take them. And I'm not trying to be heroic. I think it's the only option. Like I can take them back to my universe, give them to my Avengers, my Ultimates. They deal with this kind of stuff on the daily, and they'll make sure that the Maker can never get his hands on them. So as he straps this to his back, we see Da Costa, even super powered like he is, the Ultimates are giving him a butt whooping. Enough to where he knows he needs to regroup, so he teleports out of here. With his teleportation, Magic also leaves, giving a very ominous threat as she leaves, saying that they're all going to be tortured in limbo for eternity, yada yada yada. We see her take off. And so with the day kinda being won, their enemies at the very least retreating, we pick up at HQ. We have Doom and Miles that have a conversation, and I think this is probably the most important conversation of this entire comic. Doom says that it took quite a deal of time to really reverse engineer all this Maker technology because it's convoluted. It's so advanced. advanced. He spent years assisting him, and even still, it's almost difficult in a sense. And even Miles is like, man, it's crazy. We're living in a world where Doom is a superhero. This is where Doom asks, like, do you have a Doom in your reality? Miles tells him we do. Both places I come from, and he's one of the world's greatest supervillains. So this prompts Doom to ask, do you have a maker? Miles says that I do. I'm pretty sure that my original universe, that's where your maker comes from. This is all new information to Doom, so he's like, what? Like, you know the maker's true origin? He's like, yeah, totally. It all came back to me when I came here. I must have buried the memories or something, but I had this whole other life in a whole other universe. We had our own Spider-Man, our own X-Men, we even had our own Fantastic Four. We had our own Ultimates, not the Avengers, but Ultimates. So this makes him think, maybe my universe is more like your universe than we had previously thought. At this point, Doom's like, holy crap, Miles. Like, you know the Maker's true origins. You know how he came to be. And Miles so nonchalantly is like, yeah, of course I do. In my first universe, he started out as a hero. He was one of the first. But at some point, he took a turn. He created the city. He tried to take over the world. He almost succeeded. But he's like, you know what? Anyways, good luck with him. From what I remember, he's a real nasty dude. Now, Doom, he's confused. He's like, the Maker was a hero. Miles says, yeah, if you can believe it, he was. He even went by the name of Mr. Fantastic, but his real name was Reed Richards. This is an absolute atom bomb to Doom's mind. With the teleportation activating, Miles and baby Billy, they disappear, and Doom is left in utter disbelief, finding out that Reed Richards, he is the Maker. It is just him from another dimension, the dimension that Miles comes from. Because of this, it all makes so much more sense. Why the Maker tortured him, why he did everything, why he had him assist him, why he had him by his side. This connects all of the pieces for our Reed Richards Doom. But we have Miles and baby Billy returning back home. He takes the catalyst and he pushes them under his bed. He hides them away. You know, parents and everybody, they're coming in and he's just like, oh yeah, nothing's going on, guys, nothing's going on. And that is where this issue will end. Alright, so, two things here. First, I love the reveal where our Reed Richards Doom is just like, holy crap. Like, Miles, you have all this information. We never even thought to ask you this information, but you just have it. Information that we've been looking for, we've been trying to figure out, we've been trying to figure out where the Maker comes from, how his origins come to be. Now I'm learning that Reed Richards is me, just from another dimension. This might give Doom the opportunity, the upper hand that he's been needing to be able to take down the Maker. This tidbit of information is hugely resourceful and useful to him. Now, my biggest gripe about this comic is how nonchalant Miles is about all of it. Like, you're telling me you lived through all of it. You saw it all. The Maker came to you. He made you another offer. And you're just like, yeah, the Maker, he's kind of a bad dude, I guess. Like, what are we talking about? And then you just arrive back home and it's like, yep, no big deal. Just another Tuesday. Like, really? Like, that's how you're gonna end it? But I am curious. He has these world-ending, catalyst, unstable hero boxes, and he just shoves them under his bed. Does this mean that in the 616, we might see some new people get some new powers? Some new heroes might be arriving due to these catalysts arriving in the 616. I think that holds the most potential in what's going to happen moving forward. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it, and I really hope that it doesn't just get thrown to the side. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on anything and everything that has been going on with Marvel Comics, with the Ultimates, with the Ultimate Universe, go ahead, check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It's going to get you caught up on everything that has been going on with this series so far. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. This is a lot like Patreon. It gives you a bunch of different perks, member icons, things of that nature. It really does help out the channel in tremendous ways. But if you can't do that, the free option is to simply subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and we do have the brand new hype button that YouTube is introducing. This helps push the video in the algorithm by the audience's responses to hyping it up. So pushing the video in the algorithm through the hype button puts the video in your hands on its exposure. And with that being said, until the next breakdown.